Hello, my name's Duncan and welcome to Back Away from Donkey and Bath Books. If you saw my video that I released just before this one, the day it was just a quick tag video, I said I'm behind on all the videos I'm in doing because some of them involve a bit more work than normal. And also I've had a lot on this week, taking my little man to my little Gizmo, my little Yorkie to the vets and things. But I want to do a couple of videos just sort of fill the void. And this one's a very, very off the cuff, talky one that don't know where it's going to go, but I'm going to talk about the sort of paradox that is Goodreads. And most of us here, all book people, know about Goodreads. Most of us are on Goodreads, and we all know that Goodreads is not particularly a brilliant piece of software. It was, I think it was started about 2003 originally, but 2012 Amazon brought it, but the original people who designed it, the main guy, continued running it until 2022, I think. So it's not all Amazon's fault, but they've not really developed it as a Times. But then I like keeping an eye on what books I'm reading and what I've read and have a database of this. And the reason this came to mind is I've just been recently sorting out my Calibre ebook library. And I was just thinking, I just like a nice organisation for how I'm reading. And I said, Goodreads isn't the best. It doesn't work that well. But what are the alternatives? That little noise, because I record this by a door. Okay, but Michelle's behind me. That noise was my little gizmo wanting to get out of the room. So yes, as I said, Goodreads is not the best piece of software, but it's how to record stuff, and we all like to keep track of things. Well, most of us do. And I've looked for options, and recently I've been sort of going around. I quite like Goodreads, the fact that lots of other people follow me and I can see what they're reading on there. But the other option, I've looked at Storygraph a couple of times, and the interface I find really, really horrible for me. I just don't like it at all. I've actually signed up to Storygraph twice and exported my stuff across there and then tried to use it and sort of gave up just because I just hated the interface. But the thing is from a piece of software like this, I do not care about recommendations. Really don't care about a algorithm selecting books it thinks I like, because those I'd want recommendations from people I know or people I trust to recommend books to me. Just having a computer algorithm recommend stuff to me, no, that doesn't work for me. So that bit Storygraph prides itself on doesn't work for me. And then it's just, I was trying to work out how to sort of connect to other people on there, and that got me a bit confused. Maybe I'm too old for these software. The other one I've seen around is the library thing, and Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads really likes that one. He did a video on it a few months back, but I sort of downloaded the app and looked at it and just don't know, just wasn't feeling it. I don't think you get the community aspect that you sort of get on Goodreads. Even though the community aspect doesn't work that well on Goodreads, it's still better than nothing. Hey, future me here. I've just been looking into the sort of ethos of the library thing a bit more detail. I know I said I'd tried it and wasn't sure about it and didn't feel it, but I'm just looking at ethos, and as a huge fan of sort of open source and free software, I'm a little more intrigued than I was. Yeah, I might have a little more look into that. I may report back later, but I'm still really interested in all your comments. And if you hear a weird coughing noise in the background, that's little Gizmo who I mentioned earlier has been to the vet recently because we think he's got a collapsed trachea. So, but anyway, I'm rambling now, and I will let you go back to the main video. So my question to you is, what's the answer? I've thought about doing just an Excel spreadsheet before of what I'm reading in a year, which I nearly have a couple of times. Is that going to be better? And keep it on Goodreads? But I said the thing with Goodreads is everybody is sort of on Goodreads. So it's a bit of a conundrum. It's a bit of a paradox, because Goodreads, with a little bit of tweaking, could be absolutely fantastic piece of software. But obviously Amazon aren't willing to invest money in it because it's got a bunch of authors on there. huge amount of people on there. Now, most people, you know, think about books and people immediately think Goodreads. And I don't quite understand why they're not willing to invest any money into it. So it's a bit of a sort of conundrum. Also, their catalogue is pretty good as well, though since they've not enabled, because you used to be able to, if you don't know, you used to be able to, as a user, add books to it, but now you can't, and you've got to go through that systems of their volunteers, and it all gets very confusing. So I don't know what the answer is. At the moment I stick with Goodreads, and I said I did Storygraph. I don't know, a lot of people love it, but for me the interface was terrible, and I said I don't care about recommendations. I don't want algorithms recommending. Someone wants Goodreads recommends to me, you think, you got that from that? So I don't know what algorithm they're using. Obviously the next, they can use the buzzword of AI. I'm sorry, AI is not really AI. It's just machine learning. It's not HAL 9000. So don't get me started on an AI round. So yeah, so I'd be interested in what you use. I know a lot of you use Goodreads because I follow you, a lot of you on Goodreads, and some of you follow me. And I know a few people use Storygraph. But anybody else use anything different? There's an app on Apple that I cannot remember its name for the life of me, that actually is a good one to just log your books, but you can only, the problem is only got on your phone, so you haven't got an online thing, online element, and for me that's a negative. And then you've got CLZ, who I use to log all my films, because their database is really good. They also do a books one, but I've never looked at their books one. And the problem is they've now changed it to a yearly subscription, and I avoid yearly subscriptions because the movie version of CLZ, I bought a lifetime thing before they decided to turn it over to a yearly subscription model. But in the comments below, I'll give a link to all these ones that I know of, devices. But I just want to know what other people are doing, and whether if you've got a spreadsheet that you're using, if it's on Google Docs and that, you'd be willing to show it to me. I'd love to see it. I'd be really interested. So yeah, but it is a bit of a paradox. No matter what you sort of, even if you try other things, you end up back on Goodreads, which is really weird. So yeah, that's my question. What are you using? Are you willing to show it to me? And I'm intrigued. Just a little bit of a conversation there. So this video may or may not have gone out before my tag video that I was doing. I don't know which order I'm doing them in. But anyway, I've got some other stuff, exciting stuff coming up soon. Well, I think it's exciting because I'm enjoying doing it. That are just taking me a little longer, and just because of life's got in the way, and it's just taking a bit more time to work through them. But I will speak to you all very soon, and I said, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And I'll speak to you all very soon.